Another chart, AJ chart. Okay, AJ. Go up here, take everything off. All right. Up to the day chart. By the way, if you're a new trader, what I'm doing right here, you should do it at the end of the day after you get all your charts done. All right. At the end of the day, you're not going to trade anymore. Rip them all off and do them again. All right. Well, the lines are good. No, but I need to practice putting the lines on. All right. I can't practice putting the lines on if I leave my lines on. Eventually, you leave them on. Why would I leave them on? Because the market ranges, so they don't change a lot. But in the beginning, you got to know what you're looking for. All right, so we got a top up here. I'm up here on the day chart, all right, and we got a top here, right there. I don't know if it's the wicks or the bodies. I go back here and see, all right, and it appears that it's going to be the body right there. See that? Grabbing that, grabbing that, grabbing that, grabbing that, grabbing that, grabbing that. See, so it's the bodies right there. Okay, change it to pink. All right, now I got the day chart top. Where am I? I'm at the day chart top. All right. Well, yeah, but there's another top above here. Yeah, but MACD's telling me I'm headed down. All right, it tells me you need to be looking for the sell, not the buy. Now over here, yeah, you need to be looking for the buy. No, now you need to be looking for the sell. See, MACD tells you that. All right. Now it's your job to prove it. All right. Where are we going? All right. So I'm going to go back in the past and see if I can find a down move. All right, and find a resistance. Here's a down move right here. All right, I need to find resistance and not any in there too close. Let's see if I can find another down move over here. Here we go. All right. All right. So I can always see my price line up there. So I'm looking for resistance. It might be this one. Let me clone this one. It may be this one. And it also may be this one. See how all these tops right in here? So I'm going to clone that line and drag it down to here. And I don't know which one of those is it going to be. All right. See that? So this is the first one I'm going to hit before they hit that anyway. So I might just leave it on. All right. So there we go. All right. We got a big enough space here. All right. Now, once again, uh, I could get the tops and bottoms off here, but I'll be able to get this off the 240. So I'm going to go ahead down to the 240. All right. And I'm going to go back here. I'm going to scrunch these up. All right. So I want what's realistic for this move. I'm going to flip. I'm going to go from swing high right here down to this swing low right there. And then I'm going to stop. Do they know the lines? Do they know the lines? Do they know the lines? You see that? And once they prove to you that they know the lines, then you're good. All right. So there we go. Now, what we now know is this is the playing field. All right. This is a big box here, as you can see. All right. Let me put it on. It's further back than that, but that's it. So up here, there's a little box. There's a goal line up here, and there's a goal line down here. See that? They hit the goal line on the top. So once they hit the top, where do we go? Down to the bottom. When we hit the bottom, where we do? Up to the top. When we hit the top, where do we go? Down to the bottom. Right. Why is that? It's because if we don't do that, the central bank will come in and go, we don't like what you're doing. And we're going to intervene in the market. And the bankers don't want that. So what do? They police themselves. That's what they do. All right. So let me get rid of that. And get rid of this one. All right. So I'm down on 240 now. I'm looking for structure. All right. So what is the structure? Well, we're making lower highs, but can I put a channel on like this? Can I put a channel on like that? Yes or no? Too shallow. Thank you, Margaret. No, I can't. See, so there's no channel and there's no channel on here because it's too shallow. What's the degree that I got to have? What's the degree I got to have to put a channel on? At least 45, right? Now 45 becomes a trend, all right? If it's on a 240 chart, okay? If it's below a 240 chart, it's a channel, all right? I can't put a channel on here because it's too shallow. It's not 45 degrees, all right? Now, what happens if they go up and it bounces up like this and then they turn it down? Now I can put a channel on to the downside because I'll have 45 degrees. What is 45 degrees? 45 degrees is 10 to 4 on your watch. 10, 11, 12, 5, 6. You know, see that? And it's sustainable. That's exactly right, Adam. Okay, good. All right. So I can't put anything on here like that, but I can get a fib. Why can I get a fib? Because I have three points that I can click. I can click the swing high. Oh, clear that and go to that. I can click on the swing high here, to the swing low here, to the swing high here. And now I find the 1000, which is the target for this pullback. How did they pull this thing back? Can everybody see it? Let me put it on here. A, B, C. All right. So what is that? That's a corrective move to go again. All right. So it's a bear flag. All right. So let me clear that off, and I'm going to put that on. Why would you do that? Because it's important today. All right. So I'm going to put slope support across this bottom right there, and now you see it. All right. So you can put the bear flag on if you want. Like let's double the line. All right. So down ABC bear flag for the continuation to the downside. All right. All right. Now, I don't have a channel on, so I don't need the HSI. All right. But once I get a channel on, I can use the HSI. All right. Because now we're right now we're going in a box, so we're not trending. But once we get a channel, we could trend, or at least in a with the fractal nature of the market. All right. So all I got to do now is put the ATR on, and that's it. Back up to the top, but return to home. And ATR on Aussie yen, 77 pips. Buying the 5 o'clock candle from yesterday, 1600. It's this candle right here. We put the high in afterwards, which was the 1700 candle. We take the high. We're going down for 77 pips. And there's the target. They did it right in here, plus. Okay. So now you're going to have to wait. Oh, I'm on a 240. That was yesterday. Never mind. Hold on. I got to get down to a 60. My fault. All right. So now I go find the target based on the ATR, find the 5 o'clock candle, 1600, which was this engulfing candle right here. I take the open and the close right there. There's a doji right there, so I'm gonna go right in between them right there, and that's where I start. I don't take that wick because that's the 1600 candle. If the next wick, any candle after that puts a high in, then I take that. All right, but I take the open because it's the open. All right, and there we go. All right, almost got to the 618, missed it by maybe 2 pips. That's it. There we go. I'm gonna take this outside bear flag off. All right. All right. Now, down here, here's a little trick, and you'll learn this when you do 300 of them. I can't do this one. This one you can't do, obviously, right? It's the wrong angle, right? Can't do that. All right, so I'm gonna clear that. But could I do this? Heartline, 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 heartline. Could I do that? Absolutely. See, now it's a channel. See that? All right, good. Thank you, Adam. Well, my gift, we all have a gift, right? We all have a gift. My gift is making complex things simple. Why is that? Because I'm pretty simple. I need it simple. I don't need it convoluted. All right. My brain can't follow that. All right. So now Michael, on the other hand, he'll have a whole totally different thing going. Yeah, but we got this, and this candle's 16 pips in size, and that relates to this one over here, which is 22 pips in size. And you know, the engineering types, they like it complicated. I don't like it complicated. So, what do I got to do? Do I got to on the 3 lessons we did doing 3 different charts? So I got to get good at that. Yeah, I got to get good at that. So how do I get good at it? You practice it. I can. Yeah, I'll save it. Top-down analysis. I'll see if I can find it, and I'll edit it so it's not an hour and a half. It'll only be about 30 minutes or so, like that. Okay. All right, we'll do it. All right, let me do a session recap here.